Hey everyone, it's Rob Stanley with FeedbackWhiz, and today on my part 2 of my series, I got Liran Hirschkorn. Liran, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, man. So we're again kind of focusing on helping out the Amazon sellers that are kind of stuck at home right now, or that are in limbo a little bit. And there were some pretty big announcements today. And Liran, why don't you go ahead and touch on the announcement that hit today? Even though this will be a little bit further out, a couple days past what already happened, people might know about it. But go into what happened, and then maybe how they could make some adjustments with this news that came from Amazon.
Yep. So Amazon, sometime overnight, today is what, the 17th? So sometimes overnight, they said, as of March 17th, up until April 5th, the only inbound shipments of products that you can now send in are products that are, sort of essential, household items, medical supplies, things that people really need right now with the current situation. So if you go into your Seller Central and you can't make a shipment, it's because your product does not fit into that specific category. There's, I believe, 6 different categories of products that they consider essential, but not every single product within that category will be allowed. So baby, health and household, beauty and personal care, grocery, industrial and scientific, and pet supplies. You can't go changing your product category. I think it's pretty much locked down and restricted. And basically, for what Amazon is saying, it's a short term until April 5th. So it's a couple weeks. But based on this, you should kind of look at your business, and there's probably some decisions that you want to make based on this news.
Yeah. And just to be clear, it's not that people can't get on Amazon still shop for other things. It's the inbound products that you're trying to put or sort of restock, so to speak,
Yes.
right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So basically, what are the things you should be looking at? Well, number one, your current inventory at FBA. Do you have enough inventory beyond April 5th in stock based on kind of what you're selling right now? We've seen for some of our products, I have some products in the toy category that are selling much better because kids are home right now. Parents need to do something with their kids. I have a $13 item, and so it's cheap, and parents can buy it, and it's something for their kids to do. We have clients selling in the supplement space, selling really well right now because people want to make sure that they're staying healthy and getting their vitamins and supplements. So there's some categories, some products that are doing very well right now and doing above expectations for what you might do. And then there's other products that are selling way below, right? If you have a non-essential item right now that, a luxury maybe type item, more expensive item, people are, I think, cutting back on some of that spending. So I think you want to kind of evaluate, where does my product fit in? Is this an item that's going to be more in demand or less in demand? Based on that, how much inventory do I have? Am I going to run out of inventory before, not just April 5th, but before, if I'm allowed to send in shipments? I would probably also expect a slowdown once people start sending everything in because Amazon's going to be backlogged. Now, Amazon did announce they're hiring about 100,000 new warehouse workers and employees so that they can, catch up with this, but expect, maybe your inventory won't be in until April 15th or 20th. So do you have enough stock for the next month or so at Amazon? If you don't, then what are the things you should consider? Maybe you should raise your price. Maybe you should cut back on your budget, on your spend on Amazon advertising. Maybe you need to cut back on bids, right? Which is a way to cut back on budgets. You cut back on bids. You start sort of, if you had a goal of a 25% ACost, maybe now you say, well, now my goal is going to be a 15% ACost because I'm going to sell out anyway. So I might as well increase my profitability during this time. Monitor your competitors. Maybe if you have a VA or somebody on your team that can monitor your competitors, are they going out of stock? Are they raising prices? Are they lowering prices? What's happening in my market? And then make adjustments accordingly based on your, current situation. This could be a time where you'll be making more money because your product is in demand, your competitors run out of stock, you have stock at Amazon, you can raise your price a little bit. And take advantage of the opportunity and the increased buying on Amazon. Or this could be a time where you see a slowdown and, again, you need to make adjustments based on that slowdown. But the important thing to do is kind of look at what's happening and make some good decisions.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect point. And you got to also be careful. You don't want to over raise your price, because if you over raise your price, Amazon could come back to you and maybe say something about it, or B, your product might slow down because there's other competitors still doing it. So that's perfect. And then, what about, there's a lot of people, like we were just saying, they're kind of looking short term. What about, let's talk a little bit about two more subjects. People that maybe are looking to get into Amazon and what they should be doing. Mm-hmm. And then maybe the people that are in Amazon, they're kind of maybe in their first year. What kind of tips would you give both those people? And they're two different tips, I'm sure.
Yes. So first, I think this is a great time to step back and look at your business and evaluate your business. This is a time where you can focus on making your business stronger for the future. It may not be things that you can immediately implement today, but you can take a step back on saying, well, I never implemented that insert strategy to really build an off Amazon list. But maybe I should have, because had I had an audience right now and a community and a Facebook group for my audience or an email list, maybe my business would be stronger because I can sell on my Shopify site, or I can, do some Facebook lives to my audience around what's happening and maybe how our products can help them. Maybe nothing to do with my products. Maybe just build community and show that there's a human aspect of, you as a business owner connecting with people and being there for them at a time, and just developing community and a stronger emotional connection with an audience. So now is a good time to step back and say, well, what are the things that I could do in my business that can make my business stronger 6 months from now or 12 months from now? And when this thing is over, I can come out ahead of it, as opposed to just kind of hiding in fear and being in paralysis mode and not taking any action. So, some questions around your business. What's my roadmap look like, for the next 6 to 12 months? How am I constantly innovating as far as my products? What are the product promises, product guarantees that I'm making to my customers? Where am I generating my sales? Is it only on Amazon? And then if it is, how am I doing that? Or am I thinking about other ways to generate sales? Again, insert, building an email list, building a community, building an audience, working with influencers, where you're not just relying on Amazon, where if Amazon says, you can't send in shipments, you have maybe some options for the future. How am I optimizing my operations, my price of my product, my efficiencies, my shipping, my logistics, my team, and then how do I create raving fans for my business, right? These are all things that, you can start sort of building out the plan. Again, you may not be able to implement all these things today in the current environment today, but you can start putting together the future outline for how, when this is over, and it will be over, how you can come out ahead instead of your competitors coming out ahead and having a great plan. This is obviously unprecedented, but we also thought the mortgage crisis in 2008 was unprecedented. 9/11 was certainly unprecedented. We came out of it, as we will out of this also. And there were businesses that came out stronger ahead of all those events, and there were businesses that didn't. And so I think it's the actions and your mental mindset now and how you face this as to how you come out ahead. I heard a good quote over the weekend, which was, character is built while you're down and revealed when you're up. And so it's time now to build that character in yourself and in your business. You're either going to come stronger ahead of it or not.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I actually said this on the last episode that we had, that, people should see this, when they're really busy, they're always going, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to open a Shopify store. I don't have time to go open a YouTube channel. Now's the time. Like, if you're a little bit slow, use this to your advantage to get ahead when things get better. I mean, you touched on both of those. A Shopify store if you don't have one. I'm saying a YouTube channel, but I'm also talking about influencers, right? Go out there and do some research on the influencers. Make sure they're the right match for your brand. Get in contact with them. Find out what it takes to maybe get them to promote your brand, whether they'll do it for free or the product, or if the cost anything. And that's just not even on YouTube. That could be on, Instagram, any of the channels. Like, look around and see, kind of think outside the box, I think is a good idea.
And yes, and especially, like right now, where is everybody? They're home. So if you reach out to influencers that maybe before didn't open your DM on Instagram, maybe now they are. Maybe big corporations are not paying as much for, influencer marketing. They're going to be more, and influencers need to monetize their audience and their business and what they're doing. Maybe they're going to be more likely to want to work with you. Whereas, 3 months ago, maybe they wouldn't care about your message. So now's the time everybody's home. You're able to capture people's attention. You're able to capture influencers' attention. Now's the time to put together a plan to see how can the worst thing maybe be the best thing.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. And I'm actually at home working from home. And that was the whole reason I brought up doing this little series of, tips to help people, because while they're at home, here's some stuff you could be doing to get ahead when things do turn around. So Liran, I really appreciate your time, and thanks for being on, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Thanks for having me on. Happy to be here. Thank you. Good luck. Stay safe, everybody. And I hope you, take advantage of this time to use your time wisely.
All right. Perfect advice. Thanks.
Thank you.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and for more information, please visit feedbackwhiz.com.